Hello my beautiful souls and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you the winter essentials that I feel you really need to have in your wardrobe to help you stay warm and toasty. Come on then Papa, come on. Come on then baby. Come on. You've already ruined it, come on. Hello my beautiful souls and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, Popo's going to be styling some outfits with you all. No, not really. You ruined it, didn't you? With belly rubs. Okay, it's belly rubs time. Never mind if I have to film. So this video follows on from the last video that I made, which was all about how you can layer up and trap in the heat that way. But in this video, I really wanted to go a little bit deeper into some of the materials, some of the things that you can actually buy, and things you might want to consider just to help you with your essentials to stay warm in winter. So I'm going to use some of the clips from the previous video in today's video as well, just to kind of summarize everything in a nutshell. So the first thing that you want to obviously think about is your base layers. So when I say base layers, what am I talking about? I'm talking about your thermals, and I'm also talking about the things that you will wear as your base layer to just basically start off the outfit. So in terms of base layers, you want to think about things that are either thermal material or fleece lined. Now fleece lined material really keeps the heat in, and the same with thermal. They are specifically designed to trap in a lot of heat with thin layers. So here is a thermal top or vest that I have shown in the previous video, and as I mentioned before, it's got that sort of perforated style which lets you know that it is fleece material. So these are available in lots of small shops locally. You can get them in Primark, you can get them in M&S, you can get them online on Amazon, and you definitely need to type in, if you're looking for them online, thermal. That's the key word here, which is going to trap in the heat. So that should be included in your base layer. So the second piece that you may want to consider adding to your winter essentials are bodysuits. Now these are from H&M and they are a cotton material. Cotton is great because it traps in heat as well. And what I like is that it has these long sleeves, so it's going to keep your upper body nice and warm and toasty. I bought one in cream and I've also got one in brown. They have different colours and different sizes as well. And it also has a sort of clip-on detail just below the crotch which goes between your legs and clips on. You may not like that feature, that's totally fine. They do have other versions that don't have that clip-on detail, but I have personally found that when I layer up with bodysuits, my upper body stays nice and warm. And because they're cotton, again, that material just helps you stay nice and toasty. So these are some things that you can consider when you're adding essentials to your wardrobe. So the next piece that I would consider a winter essential, especially for your base layers, are fleece lined leggings or fleece lined footless tights. I prefer footless tights. I'm not keen on things being on my feet. As such, it feels a little bit suffocating to me personally, but I have definitely found that fleece lined tights keep you so warm. They are great. They're an extra layer underneath. I currently have a pair on underneath these jeans, which you wouldn't know, but my goodness, the heat that you can trap in is just fantastic, and they can go underneath your work trousers, they can go underneath a pair of jeans. You could definitely layer up with those. So have a look at, different places that have them. I'm going to share some links as well in the description below, in the description box below. These pair that I have on and that I'm showing you in the clip shown previously, they were from Steve Madden, and I got 2 in a pack, and they're really, really good quality as well. Nice and thick. Some fleece materials tend to be very, very soft, which is great, but you want your fleece tights to be thick lined. The more fleece there is the more heat is going to trap in for those extra cold days and extra cold mornings and extra cold evenings. So consider getting some fleece layers as your base layer. So next on my list of winter essentials are long sleeve tops. Now I absolutely love long sleeve tops. They fit really well and they go underneath all of my thicker jumpers and thicker layers to just keep me nice and warm and toasty. So the top that I've got here for demonstration purposes only is this one from Zara. This is a lovely cotton soft mix top, and again it's got these lovely long sleeves. I think wearing vests are good as well, but they don't do the same as a long sleeve top. So for me, when I put this on, again, the whole of my upper body can now get some heating as, again, another base layer. And it's just about trapping in the heat. So if you imagine you've already got on your thermal set, and you've got your fleece leggings, this would now just sit on top. So that means we've now got 2 layers up top and 1 on the bottom. So definitely get yourself some long sleeve tops. These are great because they'll just sit on your skin, and what you find, or what I find when layering up, is lots of thin layers really do help to just keep you really warm, really, and toasty. I keep saying it, but that's exactly how I want to feel. I want to feel warm and toasty. There's nothing worse than going into work or going out to do your food shop and the winter's raging and it's freezing cold, and you're cold, you're dressed up, but you're still freezing. That means you're not dressing correctly. So there is a skill to layering up, but also the different types of materials that you can consider, which I can then get into in perhaps another video. But that's just something that I would suggest you get some long sleeve tops. And materials to consider would be cotton, things like wool tops, things like elastane tops with some stretch to them, and polyester. These things can really help trap in the heat. So my next piece for the winter essentials kit are some lovely long winter thick socks. These are the chunky knit style socks. They have that lovely ribbed feel, and they really go up the ankle or the leg quite nicely. So I definitely think you need to have a good pair of thick socks. I always have cold hands and cold feet in the winter, which is not the nicest. So I'm quite particular on the socks that I buy, and I make sure that they go up my leg as well. And these are great because you can wear them with trainers or boots and just have that snug, warm feeling. You want warm toes in the winter as well, especially if you're out and about and doing a lot of walking, because frozen feet and that kind of, when you've got the numb feeling in your hands and feet, it's not nice. So these you can grab a pair again online. Now in terms of the material, these socks are wool. They are not the itchy wool. So definitely when you're shopping, make sure if you do have any skin conditions or sensitivities such as eczema, which I have, you make sure that the clothes that you're wearing and the material is not going to irritate your skin. So while these are a lovely chunky knit, they are wool. They're going to keep my toes nice and toasty in the winter. But yeah, definitely consider, even feel them, feel if they're soft or itchy. Try them on if you can. And the other thing that I would consider is layering up. So you can wear 2 pairs of socks. So these are big enough to put another pair of socks on, the small ankle socks or ones that go up your leg. It's up to you, but whatever you want to do to keep warm, that is your business. So definitely consider wool socks with the chunky knit, and the thicker the better, because then you can just stay warm and toasty. There's nothing worse than having numb feet and numb hands when you've been out and about in the cold for too long. It's not a comfortable feeling, and we want to be comfortable and stylish while keeping in the heat. So get yourself a nice pair of chunky knit socks to layer up and to keep the heat in. So the next piece that I really feel that you need to have in your winter essentials is, of course, a chunky knit jumper. Now this is actually a jumper dress. It's quite long, and I do wear it inside the house and also out as well, and it's got these lovely puff sleeve details. But this is a gorgeous material. It's thick and it just traps in so much of the heat. So again, let's go back to our imaginary outfit. You've got your thermals and your fleece lined footless tights on as your base layer. You've also got the Zara striped top on. You've got your thick winter socks, and now you're going to just throw this on top. So you now have 3 layers up top and 1 on the bottom, as well as your comfy socks. So you're going to be nice and toasty. And I really think that there are some jumpers that, they are made for winter, but when you feel them, they're extremely thin. So that's another tip that I have. When you go out shopping in person, if you're online, it's kind of different, but when you go out in person, feel the material with your hands, rub it, feel it, put your hands in the sleeve. That's what I like to do. Is it going to be a thick material? Is it going to irritate my skin? Am I actually getting what I'm paying for? And you can even have a look at the tags as well to see how much percentage of each material is there for you. And then consider if you're actually going to style it and wear it, and will it keep you warm? So these are things that, of course, you can consider when you are shopping and buying, but definitely chunky knit jumpers, the thick ones. Some have funnel necks, some have funnel sleeves, whatever style you like. Cropped, it could be a long sleeve one, it could be, down to your knees if you like, it could be a jumper dress. Whatever style you like, I definitely recommend having some chunky knit jumpers in your wardrobe, because these are great. And you can, of course, then add your thicker outerwear, which we'll go into later on in the video, as another styling piece and as another extra layer to just keep all of that heat as close to the body as possible for the colder months. So get yourself some nice chunky knit jumpers. So the next item that I think you need to have in your winter essentials kit or wardrobe are a pair of good winter trousers. I'm currently wearing some skinny jeans, but that's besides the point. These are great because they cling to your body and they do keep the heating. They're not the most comfortable to wear, so that's why I said an actual pair of trousers. These can be a straight style, they can be a regular style or a slim fit style if that's your preference. But definitely something that's of a warmer material. Again, you can get wool trousers, you can get cotton trousers. I wouldn't recommend jeans because I don't find that jeans are a great material for winter. They just tend to let all the cold in and they're not very comfy to wear. So definitely get yourself a pair of trousers, preferably the long length if that's your thing. If you like ankle length trousers, you can also rock those too if that's your thing. But I have definitely found having a good pair of trousers in my winter essentials is necessary. And again, underneath the trousers, like I have here, you would have your fleece lined leggings underneath or your footless leggings to just give you 2 layers. So you've got the fleece and then you've got your nice trousers on top to keep you super warm in that windy, cold, rainy weather that we're currently having here in the UK. So the next piece that I feel you really need to have in your winter essentials wardrobe are a pair of Chelsea boots or ankle boots, whatever you want to call them. Get yourself some nice boots. Now these are great because they are flat style, they have a very small heel but it's really comfy to wear, and they're just a neat pair of boots that you can wear for all of the different weather that we currently have. And the reason why I say that is because for those of you who live in the UK, you know that morning time we could have rain and by afternoon we could have sleet and hail. So it definitely just depends on the weather basically. I don't know what I'm saying, but we're just going to keep rolling with it. So the reason why I would recommend ankle boots is because in the UK we get a lot of wind and we also get a lot of rain. And ankle boots are one of those things, I know for myself, I can't wear boots that go up to my calf because I have really small calves. And the boots that are currently in the shops don't actually fit, they're not tailored to a smaller leg. So I have definitely found ankle boots to be my go-to. They're comfy, I can again wear my chunky knit socks with them, and they're just practical. For those of you who've watched my previous video on ankle boots, which I will link below, I have struggled to find boots that fit my calves because my calves are so small. So when I have tried on boots in shops, there's just this massive space around my leg which just looks ridiculous and ill-fitting, and I don't like that style. So ankle boots for me have been a saver simply because I'm very, very petite. But also I find ankle boots practical. They're comfy, I can run in them if I need to, I can dress them up or dress them down. And in terms of the wet weather, when it's really raining hard in the UK, a good pair of ankle boots will just get you through those cold and soggy mornings. So definitely consider adding ankle boots to your collection. And they don't have to be black, you know, the ankle boots come in all different colors and sizes and shapes. So definitely have a look at my other video for some inspiration for adding ankle boots to your winter essentials kit. So the next thing I think you need to consider when thinking about your winter essentials are a pair of trainers. So these are a nice white pair, they're Puma, and they're just very basic, a very basic pair of white trainers. Now again, you don't have to have this exact pair, but I definitely find trainers in the winter season to be great. When we have snow in this country, you have the grip that really helps you. When I am commuting, I'm always in trainers. I have a nice neat black pair that I wear to work, and I just think that can go really nicely with other different things. It keeps you protected and it's also comfortable, and you know, for me, that comfort is key. I'm not going to wear something that makes my feet hurt or, you know, doesn't do what it needs to do. So definitely get yourself a good pair of socks and a good pair of trainers, because these are essentials that you need to help you get out and about in the colder months. So the last thing that I think you need to have in your capsule wardrobe in terms of clothing is a thick winter coat. This is an essential piece because the weather is freezing and it's cold and it's windy. You need to have a decent coat. I keep seeing a lot of young girls in these little leather jackets and I'm like, that is not the weather for this. You are going to be freezing, and that's why your shoulders are up here. because you're cold. So what you want to do is think about getting yourself a nice thick winter coat. Some materials to consider are down. There's down puffer coats. You can get some in Uniqlo, you can get some in H&M, you can get some online as well, or a padded parka coat. This coat is from Vera Moda. It's a black one. It's about 3 years old, but it has helped me get through some of the colder months. It's got a great hood, it's got pockets, it's fully lined. Some coats also have fleece. This doesn't have fleece, but it's nicely padded. So when I have this layered up with all my other essentials that I've shown you, I am bouncing out very, very warm and toasty. I'm not freezing at all. You know, so definitely think about the types of coat that you are wearing. And if you want a more formal or smarter coat for your winter wardrobe in terms of workwear, or something that's a little bit more stylish, because this is a bit more casual, I would recommend getting a wool coat. And I can obviously provide links down below. So get yourself a lovely winter coat, because that's going to help trap in all of the heat as well. And if it's got a hood, even better. And so these are the last bits in today's video that I really think you need to have in your winter essentials capsule wardrobe. As we've got on in the video, this title has got longer and longer, and it's the 3-in-1 combo. So you need a good winter hat, knitted, you also need some gloves, and you also need a scarf. So as I've mentioned before, in the UK, you could have about 3 or 4 seasons in one. So it's really great to wrap up, to layer up, and make sure that you have a hat. Apparently, when you have a hat on, you can trap in 90% of the heat just through putting this on. So for those of you who are worried about your hairstyle, don't worry about your hairstyle, worry about being warm. That's what I would say. So definitely get yourself a nice knitted hat. You can find these online, or you can find them in the shops. They're not that expensive as well. Depends what style you want. If you wanted something that's like cashmere, that kind of keeps in more of the heat, then obviously you're going to look at a higher price point as well. But it depends on you and your budget and your style. But a winter hat is a must, especially in the colder mornings and the colder evenings when the temperatures drop. Next on my list are some gloves. You can get fleece lined gloves, you can get leather gloves, you can get cotton gloves. It's totally up to you. And you can get gloves especially designed to sort of warm up for people who have maybe hand conditions such as arthritis, or you know, you have cold hands and cold feet. There's actually a term for it, and I cannot remember what it is called. It's to do with your circulation. What's it called? So yes, get yourself a nice knitted hat, get yourself some gloves, and get yourself a good chunky knit scarf. This isn't a chunky knit scarf as such, it's a cotton one, but you can then wrap it up and layer it up so that it traps in the heat on your chest area. I definitely find in the winter mornings there's a cold wind, and if you've got your chest area exposed like I have now but I'm inside, that isn't great to help you stay warm. So definitely consider layering up and adding winter essentials to your wardrobe to help you stay nice and toasty in the colder months that we're currently in. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, share, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in my next one.